Hey, good morrow to this fair assembly, my TJ scholars, and welcome to yet another week. Today is January the 11th, and what is going on? I got a crazy person behind me. Boys and girls, welcome. We have a special guest on the announcements today. This is Mr. Hills, the high school principal. Mr. Hills.
What's going on, Tigers? How are you? So great to see you out there. I would tell you where I am, but I think Mr. Swanson wants you to guess. But I'm looking forward to seeing many of your smiling faces in about maybe 4 to 7 or so years. So thanks you all for being with us today. Good luck, Principal Swanson. Go get 'em, Tigers.
All right, Principal Hills, good seeing you. All right, so there you have it. There's a nice cameo. You never know what you're going to get on these announcements here at TJ. So there you go. All right, friends, now that we are alone and there's nobody else around, then we can take off our mask. So we have several things to talk about today, friends. Today is January the 11th. Sadly, friends, we now know that we are on virtual learning for at least another week. So fingers crossed, hopefully we will get back to face-to-face fairly soon, but obviously we are on virtual learning. So today, obviously, it's just a normal virtual Monday, so you're in this morning meeting, and then you have some independent work, and then this week we'll still be on that AM, PM schedule, okay? Now, next week is really different in all kinds of ways. For you beautiful people, next week, no school on Monday because it's Dr. King's birthday. No school on Tuesday because that's teacher work day. No school on Wednesday because it's inauguration day, and so we'll have a new president of the United States. President-elect Joe Biden will become President Biden. And then on Thursday of next week, Thursday, January the 21st, we are going to start a new schedule if we are online, if we're virtual. This is kind of confusing. Your teachers will help you explain, your families will help you explain, but here's the deal. You may remember way back at the beginning of the year, actually it was about September the 8th, we made some changes. On September the 8th, we went to a full day schedule where you guys had like a half day on Monday and a half day on Friday, and then full day Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That is the schedule, friends, that we are going to go to starting on January the 21st. That sounds really confusing, and I get that, but don't worry, we got you taken care of. So that's coming up. Now, also, some of you all who are virtual kids have chosen to come back for the third 9 weeks for hybrid, for face-to-face. Way cool. We're looking forward to seeing you guys. A reminder, that starts, friends, on Tuesday, January 26th. We got a lot of stuff going on in January. We really do. So that is coming up. Friends, before we get to where is Mr. Swanson, I want to talk about a really big thing that happened this last week, and so many of you saw it, and you even talked about it with your classes. I want to talk just a little bit about what happened at the United States Capitol. Guys, that was just an indescribably terrible thing. And for many of you, that was the first time that you may remember a presidential election, right? And this thing that happened at the Capitol seemed to be connected to that presidential election. And I know it's really confusing and it may be a little scary. We even talked about the election a little earlier this year on the announcements. But here's the thing that I want everybody to know and understand. And just trust me, trust your teacher. One of the beautiful things about the United States is that when we have a presidential election and there's a new president, guys, we always, 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 always do that peacefully. That's a long history that has been happening for over 200 years in our country. It's called a peaceful transfer of power. So even though you saw something that looked just really, really scary and crazy and out of control, guys, that is the only time in your life that you will probably ever see anything like that in the United States. And I think it's important for you just to know that it's not normally like that, okay? Now, I also want you to know that even though that happened when you guys were at home, if you were here at school, I promise you, you would be safe. We would take good care of you. That's why your teachers are here. They love you, they care about you. They're going to make sure that you're safe. Okay? All right, with that, let us now turn our attention to where is Mr. Swanson? But before that, where was Mr. Swanson? Several of you had figured out that last week, guys, I was at Burke Lake over in Fairfax. I was at Burke Lake, and this was kind of interesting. Several people had been there before. Mrs. Danbury's class said that they visited Burke Lake a lot, which was cool. Miss Allen's class wanted to know that if the guy behind me fishing was catching anything. Not to my knowledge. No, I did not see him pull any largemouth bass out of the lake. Sorry. My favorite, though, was a big shout out to a young lady in Miss Muller's class, Audrey Burke, who insisted that the lake is named for her or should be named for her. So, Audrey, when I was there, I made an announcement to the water that you are hereby named after Audrey. So congratulations, Audrey. You got a new landmark in Fairfax County. Miss Kim's class also knew where I was. Mrs. Flazier's class, Mrs. Dubois, Miss Cowa, Mrs. England's, Mrs. Sheldon's, and Mrs. Lowers, and Mrs. Hughes's class. They all figured out where I was last week. But now, where am I this week? So let's give you some hints. First of all, friends, this space that you see right here, this is pretty nice, isn't it? This is pretty nice. I think that's maybe one hint, but that doesn't tell you too much. Let's start to go over here a little bit, and let's see if we see anything here. That starts to maybe tell you that I am kind of up in the air. And now, here's the really cool thing. Check that out. Is not that cool? Okay, so you see this space right here. Pretty cool. You see the skyline over there. Way, way, way in the distance there is Roslyn, Virginia. Roslyn. And then down there, I don't know about you, but that looks like a football field. That looks like a soccer field to me. And then finally, think about the guest visitor that we had on the announcements today. Put all those things together and then ask yourself, where is Mr. Swanson? Talk it over with your class. Let your teacher know. We'll give a shout out to anybody that can figure it out next week's announcements. All right, my friends, let's make it an awesome week. Just like always, we want to be safe, want to be respectful, want to be responsible. And just like every single day, no matter where we are, let's do some good today. Have a good one, Tigers.